Does Alice love Kirito? Is Kirito about to jump on Team Blondes? So what's up guys, Foxen here. Today's hot topic is about Alice and Kirito potentially becoming a thing. Although to be honest, this has been around ever since the start of SAO Alicization. What exactly is going on between Kirito and Alice? By the way, do be sure to smash that like and subscribe for more videos from a huge SAO fan. It'll also help other SAO fans find these videos. So let's dive into this. Just so you know, there will be some super vague spoilers, but I will avoid major plot points. Forget about Quinella, Klein, Eugeo. This will mostly be focused on the character of Kirito and Alice. Otherwise, you really just get into risk of spoilers for other stuff to come. Second key thing, this video is only about the light novel and the anime to come. Not at all about the SAO gameverse. That's like the Wild West for females and some males. Alright, so the hot topic, the important question. There's actually two sides to this. Does Alice love, like, or have any romantic feelings towards Kirito? And also vice versa. Does Kirito like Alice or have any sexy time feelings for her? And just to clarify, I am talking about Integrity Knight Alice, not the young Alice from SAO Alicization episode 1. To start this off, let's tackle the Alice part. At this point in the anime, you actually got in a good chunk of Integrity Knight Alice. Just a few episodes ago, you had Integrity Knight trying to frickin' kill Kirito and Eugeo. Suddenly, they had some unexpected alone time, cause they blew up the fricking tower. Within the last few episodes, Kirito and Alice shared a couple words back and forth. Suddenly, a lot of people are losing their damn minds. Oh, they talked. What? They're also alone? Alice must love Kirito. Then, Kirito shared some food with the enemy knight Alice. Kirito must be cheating on Asuna. And the biggest thing, Kirito holding on to Alice as her eye was about to explode. Holy crap, Kirito just got Alice pregnant. Incoming blonde Kirito Jr. Alright, so addressing this first. If you're in this camp and you're not trolling, to be honest, I really don't think this video is going to help out too much. Let's just go ahead and keep in mind that at this point, they spent a couple of hours together, at most half a day. I'm not sure how some people are so quick to negate 2+ years of Asuna and Kirito's relationship. I mean, how the hell are you seriously claiming to see any romance here? For the people that are actually serious seeing this, I'm not trying to sound mean about this, but maybe those people don't have much experience themselves in the romance department. Which is fine, you may just be young. But let's just say that's not how things work. Or who knows, I could just see some people turning their brain off. Definitely never a good idea. Unless you're watching something awful like Transformers. At least for Kirito, you're not about to see a guy that's totally devoted to his practically wife at this point, Asuna, for some side chick he just met. One who happened to be an enemy just a few hours ago. This also being the blonde girl Alice who Eugeo very much has some romantic feelings towards. You could be sure that Kirito definitely noticed this. Then for Alice, going back to Kirito just being a fricking enemy. Been pretty vocal about wanting to stab his ass ever since they got outside. And I know some people are pointing to the blushing. Blushing does not mean you're in love. It's really just a super serious Integrity Knight that finally got a taste of embarrassment. I mean, baka 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 baka, 8 times. So back to the original question, does Alice love or like Kirito and vice versa? The short answer, no, definitely not. Now, getting into the long answer, which now gets into some of the upcoming stuff. So, from my point of view, it's still a no. Although I do have to admit that there is some wiggle room for Alice shippers. This means that if you aren't pro Kirito and Alice, you actually do have some ammo to say maybe, it depends, and then it's really just ultimately up to you to decide. Let's go ahead and get into 2 key vague examples. First off is after the Quinella event. Alice and Kirito technically lived together for a good while. Anyone that wants to know the spoilers, post down below. Once again, really just sticking to Kirito and Alice to avoid some spoilers. Either way, just from this alone, you do have some people screaming that they like each other, or specifically Alice falling for Kirito. This actually leads into Asuna coming into the Underworld later on. I think this is a pretty obvious spoiler, but I do have to mention this. Keep in mind that Asuna doesn't know Alice at all. I mean, Asuna has heard some things. It'd be similar to if you heard about a person, compared to you actually meeting them in real life, in person. Let's just say that Alice is initially very protective of Kirito. Alice behaves in a way almost as if saying, who is this woman that showed up? Once again, you gotta keep context in mind. To Alice, who's lived a good chunk of time with Kirito and other Underworld people, she has no idea who this strange Asuna person is. And definitely no idea why Asuna would be so insistent on getting some alone time with Kirito. Let me just say that Asuna and Alice's initial meeting is pretty heated, and that should definitely lead to some fun visuals for the anime. Unfortunately, I think some people will misinterpret this. I could totally see some people just turning their brain off while watching this and just claiming that Alice and Asuna are having their little catfight over Kirito. Alright, so moving on to events after Alicization, or after the Underworld. I could see some people using this as an example of Alice falling for Kirito. Keep in mind that Kirito is really only Alice's only initial lifeline into, let's say, our reality, the real world, or very familiar VR worlds. Although keep in mind, slowly this does change. Alice actually becomes a close friend with other non-Underworld people, especially becoming super close with Kirito's sister, Suguha. Ah yes, the two blondes getting along. Blondes just have more fun. But anyway, the reason I brought up these two examples is most likely people pointing towards this for saying that Alice has joined Kirito's harem, which leads me into a little bit of a side note. So far, since they are fixing things and making changes here and there for the SAO Alicization anime, I honestly do hope that they change this, which is really just making some anime Alice scenes to be made a lot clearer regarding Alice's thoughts and feelings. Now let's flip it over, getting into Kirito's side of this equation. Does Kirito love or like Alice? Thankfully, this one's easy. And hopefully it should be easy for you too if you've been watching SAO since episode 1, or at least recall the SAO movie events. This is a big, thick no. The only one that's ever really been in Kirito's heart has been Asuna. SAO has ultimately always been a story about Asuna and Kirito being together. I mean, they did establish this and the relationship pretty early on. Let me also mention that Kirito and Asuna will get closer by the time this Underworld adventure is completed. Let's just say that Asuna and Kirito spend a lot of time together. Alice is nowhere near this. To be honest, I don't think anything could compare to this. Getting into the details is a major spoiler. If you do want to know, post it down below. I'll tell you the juicy Asuna and Kirito stuff. Anyway, more important, let me know how you feel about this. Question of the day. Do you think Alice likes Kirito? Is Kirito suddenly gonna get a craving for blondes? Watch out, Lifa. Anyway, be sure to smash that thumbs up and subscribe. You can enjoy juicy SAO videos here weekly. Definitely don't miss my SAO video on the latest spicy episode. Oh my god, Eugeo, you used the wrong sword. Don't forget about my weekly Attack on Titan and Shield Hero videos, and I'll see you guys later.